This is the Ego Power Plus Electric Lawn Mower. It's a black, metal-bodied mower with a wide, low-slung cast aluminum deck, chunky rear wheels, a rigid-feeling handle, and bright LED headlights up front. The look screams durable. After using it for 6 months on my own lawn, through spring growth, summer heat, and whoops, I let it go too long situations, I've got a clear picture of what this mower does well and where it asks for patience. Key features that stood out to me start with the deck and the motor. The 22-inch cast aluminum deck is the star. Aluminum doesn't flex like plastic, and it shows in the cut. The deck stays planted, which helps the blade keep a uniform height over bumps. Ego backs the deck with a lifetime warranty, and the build quality matches that promise. The cutting system is serious. Up to 11.1 feet-pounds of torque, and blade speeds up to 3,350 RPM. If torque sounds abstract, think of it as twisting force. More torque means the blade keeps turning through thick, wet, or tall grass without bogging. The Select Cut multi-blade setup uses an upper blade paired with interchangeable lower blades. Mine came with a high-performance lower blade for mulching and a high-lift lower blade for bagging, plus the upper blade. If your listing doesn't include both lower blades, double-check before you buy. The touch drive self-propel is engaged with palm pressure on the handles, and there's a speed dial at your fingertips. The control panel lets you pick Eco, Normal, or Turbo blade speed, and you get those LED headlights if you like cutting early or late. Height adjustment covers 1 to 4 inches across 8 positions. On this deck, you use 2 levers, front and rear. The mower folds and stores vertically, which is perfect for tight garage corners. It runs on Ego's 56-volt ARC Lithium batteries, and this specific model does not include a battery or charger. Ego suggests a 10.0-hour pack for up to 70 minutes. In my opinion, that's a fair claim in ideal conditions, and I'll explain where it lands for me. From my experience, the power is real. I've pushed this mower into 8-inch damp grass after rain, set the deck around 3 inches, and it didn't stall. The motor held RPM without that struggling sound you hear from weaker electrics. When it's working hard, you feel the suction and lift under the deck pull grass upright before cutting. That's what gives you the clean finish. With the high-performance mulching blade, clippings turn into fine confetti that vanish into the turf. If you want that showpiece look, the high-lift bagging blade is the move. High-lift simply means the blade shape scoops more air, which stands the grass up for a sharper cut line and better bag filling. When I switched to the high-lift blade, I actually raised the deck 1 notch to keep my final height the same, because the lift was that strong. That simple blade swap tightened up stragglers and left a manicured stripe. I'd recommend this for people who want gas-level cutting performance without gas headaches. Push-button start, no fumes, no seasonal fuel chores. Those are real quality-of-life wins. Stopping to move a toy or stick is easy. Let go of the bail, blade stops, press the button, and you're back. It's perfect for medium to larger suburban lots with longer, straight runs where you can let the self-propel do its thing. On those passes, the mower rides solid and smooth, and the heavy deck helps you avoid that bouncy, uneven cut you get with lighter frames. The weight is the part I had to learn to live with. At about 83.8 pounds bare, this is a hefty walk behind. On the plus side, that weight plants the deck and helps the cut quality. On the downside, tight turns around beds and trees remind you what you're pushing. The self-propel removes most of the pain going forward, but pivoting and pulling backward takes effort. I notice this most in complex sections of my lawn with lots of curves and edging. If your yard is dense with obstacles, that heft adds up over a full mow. The self-propel system itself is strong and easy to modulate with the dial, but not perfect. There's a noticeable high-pitched whine from the drive at medium to high speeds. I got used to it, but I still hear it every time. Engagement is immediate with palm pressure, and it's responsive, though a few times the drive seemed to hesitate or stay sticky a beat after I let off when I wanted to back up. Occasionally, the rear wheels felt locked right after disengaging the drive. My workaround is simple. Roll forward a foot or two before pulling back. That habit cleared the bind for me, but it's still a quirk. On long sessions, I also felt some hand fatigue from pressing into the palm pads to keep the drive engaged. The pressure isn't heavy, but holding it continuously for an hour can tire your grip. A wider palm lever would distribute force better in my opinion. About runtime, my results depended entirely on how hard I pushed the mower. With a 10.0-hour battery in normal blade speed and self-propel at a moderate pace, I consistently cleared my lawn in a touch over an hour with a little charge left. That lines up with Ego's claim. When I switched to turbo, cut taller grass, and ran the drive fast, I saw 30 to 40 minutes. That's expected because higher blade speed and harder cutting use more energy. If you have more than half an acre or you like to mow fast in heavy conditions, I'd say keep a second battery ready. On the rapid charger, my 10-man-hour pack went from near empty to full in about an hour, so swapping packs keeps you moving without a long break. Cut quality is where this mower earns its price tag. With the right blade for the job, the finish is sharp, clean, and uniform. I did see a few stray blades on brisk passes when the grass wasn't fully dry using the mulching blade. That cleaned up when I slowed my walking speed a touch or used the high lift blade. Also, cleaning under the deck and keeping blades sharp made a big difference. If you're new to this, mulching means recutting clippings into tiny pieces so they fall back into the lawn and break down. It feeds your grass and avoids bagging trips. This mower mulches extremely well. For bagging, the suction from the high lift blade packs the bag efficiently and lifts debris that lighter mowers leave behind along edges. Comfort and controls are almost great. The LED panel is simple. Power on, pick Eco Normal Turbo, turn headlights on if you want, and set drive speed with the dial. Eco is quiet and sips the battery for regular weekly cuts. Normal is my default. Turbo handles thick patches and cleanup passes. The handle feels solid with minimal flex, and the deck height changes are straightforward. You have 2 levers, front and rear, with 8 positions between 1 and 4 inches. The wide range made it easy to step down height across a neglected area in stages, which avoids bogging and keeps the cut even. Storage is easy. The handle folds down, and the mower stands upright. I appreciate that after a long mow because I can tuck it by the wall and still open my car door. Cleanup is quick. I use a plastic scraper to clear the underside and a brush to remove dust. No fuel smell, no oil drips. Owning it has been simple. There are trade-offs. The heavy deck and overall mass deliver a premium cut, but make the mower feel less nimble than lighter battery models. The drive whine is real. It doesn't ruin the experience, but it's noticeable. The occasional wheel lock after disengaging the drive forced me to change my habits slightly. Those quirks never touched the core performance of the blade and deck, which is why I kept reaching for this mower week after week. In my opinion, the value comes down to what you care about most. If you want the strongest cut you can get from a cordless walk-behind, this checks that box. If you need ultimate maneuverability and whisper-quiet drive noise, this won't be your favorite. It's perfect for homeowners with medium to larger lawns that have long, straight sections, gentle slopes, and not a ton of tight landscaping islands. If your yard is full of curves, narrow gates, and lots of small obstacles, think about whether the weight will wear you out. From my experience, a few tips help you get the best results. Use the high lift blade when you want that scissors level finish, or if you're bagging a lot of leaves and clippings. Raise the deck 1 notch if the high lift is cutting lower than expected because of the extra suction. Keep the underside clean for better airflow and cut quality. Slow your walking speed a bit in damp grass to let the blade do its job. And if the wheels feel sticky after letting go of the drive, let the mower roll forward a moment before pulling back. One quick note on buying. This LM2200SP package does not include a battery or charger. I'd recommend the 56-volt 10.8-hour pack if you want to hit the claimed runtime window. It's compatible with all EGO 56-volt ARC Lithium tools, which help me justify the battery cost since I also use an Ego trimmer and blower. I'd recommend this for anyone who's ready to leave gas behind but doesn't want to sacrifice power or cut quality. The deck is built to last, the blade system is legit, and the cut speaks for itself. If the weight and drive sound aren't deal breakers for you, it's one of the strongest performers I've used. If you value nimble handling over ultimate cut stability, you might be happier with a lighter, smaller deck option. In conclusion, after 6 months, the Ego LM2200SP feels like a professional-grade cutting system, paired with a drive unit that's good but not as refined as the blade and deck. The result is a lawn that looks excellent, a workflow that's easy, and a few quirks you learn to manage. For me, the cut quality and durability outweigh the annoyances, and I plan to keep it in my regular mowing routine. If this video helped, subscribe to the channel and leave your questions or your own experience in the comments. Thank you for watching.